you've built this amazing business. You have that amazing team that's running it so that you're able to then share your knowledge and teach. But going back a year and a half ago, you made the decision to make some substantial changes to that business, right? It was, I think, September 2024?
September 25.
September 20.
Not that long ago.
Oh.
I burned my whole company to the ground.
I didn't realize it was, for some reason I was thinking it was 2024.
No.
Okay.
Very, very recent. Yeah.
Okay.
So
talk us through that.
Well, like most guys, I was that was on the restoration side of the industry. That was my full focus. And in 2024, we really didn't have a storm. It was a tough year, and I found myself in a spot where we had to, open up and try to do pressure washing just to like keep the lights on. I opened a supplement company just to keep money coming in. In the roofing space, for me, that was year 13, and we basically didn't make money. I mean, the company basically broke even. And so I thought, one, this sucks. I just worked real hard for a year and made no money, at least not from the roofing industry or the roofing company. But although it was a real wake up of like, this is not a sustainable business that I have. And so I got to make some changes. And when you have a bad year like that, that's going to lead to some culture problems. It's going to lead to some turnover. And so 2025 was the winter between 24 and 25 where I got with my like leaders, and we spent a lot of time like, how are we going to fix this? What are we going to do here? There's a lot of different models out there, but I'm a big believer like the herd is always wrong. And so there's a few major models. And so to me, I know that's not the way to go. And so we created our own model, and we did that over the winter, brainstorming, testing, thinking about it. And then in the spring, we rolled that out with only my like high performers, my top sales guys. I wanted as few people in the company to know about that as possible. And we tested that through the spring and summer. And by that time, we thought, yeah, I think we've got a model that's really clean and works and is stupid simple, which is a core principle of Master Your Craft, keep it stupid simple. And it really consolidated retail and claims. There's very few companies that I'm aware of in this industry that do both restoration, claims well and retail well. And everybody looks at those as two separate animals and models. And so we were able to kind of streamline them into one and really pare it down and simplify it. And then in September, I announced it to the team. So we stopped production. We didn't roof that day. Both locations, Cincinnati and Cleveland, brought everybody in and tore the whole thing down. I eliminated 2 of the 5 divisions of the company. We restructured the org chart, and like the leadership came out of it where we're really not door knocking anymore. We don't really actively door knock hardly at all. Our lead gen changed. We went from 90% storm to 70% retail, like instantly. And a lot of guys go, well, yeah, you stopped doing claims, you do retail, but what happened to your numbers? And last year was our best year ever. We were 30% higher gross revenue than any year before. I could care less about your revenue numbers. I care about your net, your profit numbers. And so our net was okay. It wasn't great, but a lot of that was because we had grown. We had opened up the Cleveland office. There's a lot of expenses that come with that. But the numbers that we're expecting this year and that we're already seeing are really, really attractive.
That's awesome. What were the 2 divisions that you ended up cutting?
So one is my climber team. So my model was always different because I always do things differently than what most of the industry is going to do. And so my salespeople didn't climb roofs. My salespeople stay on the ground and sell. If you're good at selling, I don't really want you doing anything but selling. So they're not out there collecting checks. They're not managing the build and being a project manager. They're not even getting on roofs. So we had a climber division, and we got rid of that. Simply, that was because of speed to lead. It was for retail, that's too slow. To have the call come in and then go to a sales rep, and then it goes to a climber, and then back to the sales and everything else. It was taking us 7 to 10 days to produce estimates and get them in front of people. So I couldn't do that anymore if we were going to do retail. And then the other one is our supplement division. And so we brought supplementing in-house 4 or 5 years ago. And we're very, very good at that. In the new model that we have where we run, when we have a customer who's got a claim, to us, that's really no different than retail anymore and what we call the evidence package model. And so we don't need to supplement. And so Nolan Snyder is well regarded in the industry as like one of the top 5 supplementers in the nation. I've got a guy who's insanely good at it. And I'm like, we just don't need it. And that's where we restructured the org chart, and now he's GM and really running the business. And my former GM hadn't done anything wrong. He's a killer salesperson. And I go, I need you really as a sales lead. And so he was very gracious to take what might look like a demotion, but it's really not. He hadn't done anything wrong. He's a great guy. It was just a better fit to have him in sales leadership. We eliminated the supplement division, and we eliminated our climber team.